Acknowledgement. Yeah.
What is up, guys? Welcome back to the channel. Here with another video. Here talking about WrestleMania 41 Night 1. And we're going to ask the question, what do we think about Night 1? And how do we feel going into Night 2? Because last night, I think WrestleMania 41 Night 1 was a solid show. I will say it wasn't as great as previous Night 1s. Because usually we had a streak of WrestleMania Night 1 being a significantly better show than Night 2. But this time I feel like Night 2 will be better than Night 1. And I feel like Night 1 sets up some things for Night 2. Now, as we talk about Night 1, just in general, the matches were pretty solid overall. I do feel like the triple threat match at the end was what saved the show mostly, and I think that's what everybody was looking forward to for the majority of Night 1. So I will say that there, it was just a solid Night 1. Now, like I said, everyone that won their matches were pretty much supposed to win. They made the right calls there. So it wasn't too much unpredictability there. And as per my predictions video, I went 5-2 last night with the wins because El Grande Americano won his match against Rey Fenix, and Naomi lost to Jade, which I have no problem with that. If Naomi losing last night sets up for tonight's match with Bianca, Io, and Rhea, I will be fine that Naomi took the loss there. But that match in general, I love the character work of Naomi. She's been doing great. This is the best thing she's done since she's been back. And the match they had last night between Jay, beyond the wardrobe malfunctions, they had a solid match last night, even though I believe it was only like 9 minutes or so. Very so. I will say this, the matches in general, I feel like a lot of them were like slow builds and didn't really pick up to the end, but like as they picked up, the matches were over. So I feel like that was like a trend of last night. But not only that, the big pop for me, outside of, the Yeet Man, Jey Uso, the big pop for me was definitely when LA Knight reversed Jacob's moonsault into a BFT out of nowhere. Wow, chef kiss. But man, that was a big pop. The match between Jay and Gunther was a solid match. I don't think it was their best match that they've had. I will say that for sure. But just in general, seeing him not using his generic moves basically until like the end of the match, because he didn't throw any super kicks until towards the end of the match, which I thought was nice, and he actually won off of using Gunther's move. Crazy. I know I'm kind of like all over the place with this video. I'm not going match for match, but I really just want to talk about those key points that I think were really great. Obviously, the low moments were the New Day match with the War Raiders. Even though it was a solid match and it started to pick up midway, the El Grande Americano and Rey Fenix, solid match, but there's just no investment or story there. And then outside of that, the Tiffany Stratton and Charlotte Flair match was okay. It definitely picked up more so at the end, especially with them throwing a lot of stiff shots. And them actually having Tiffany win was great. I was hoping, because the way she came out first, never liked my champion coming out first. I was definitely dreading that they were going to have her lose, but actually having her win was great. And the moment where she chipped a tooth, I think that image will even propel her even more. Also, I think speaking of Tiffany, she had the best entrance of the night.
What?
The way they had her set up on the ramp, that was the best one. And as we get into the triple threat match, I said that Seth would win this match, but I didn't see how he was winning this match. Now, of course, I said I had the feeling that Paul was going to turn on both Roman and CM Punk. It did happen. I thought Seth was just going to be setting Paul Heyman free from both of those guys, but Paul actually aligning with Seth is interesting because is this going to have the effect of tomorrow's main event with Cody Rhodes and Cena? That's the big question, especially, his whole best for business thing. Paul Heyman being able to make this match the main event, and there's a lot of things behind this match that I think is going to be telling to see how night 2 goes. But the match was great. I love seeing a dominant Roman Reigns who wasn't really asking for help there and was just being Roman Reigns, like especially that beginning in 2020 when he first became the Tribal Chief, just wrecking everyone. I need to see more of that. Definitely the match of the night. I'm looking forward to see how night 2 goes. And the only reason I feel like this was an a very solid night 1 is because everyone won who should have, basically. And it's really just a setup for night 2. But those are my quick thoughts on it. Like I said, I do believe night 2 is going to be the better night for the first time in a long time because night 1s have always been the better night as of frequent years. But we shall see. What are your thoughts on WrestleMania 41 Night 1? What was your favorite match? Comment below. Let me know. And as always, my thoughts. Make sure you like and subscribe. And what are your predictions going into night 2? But after WrestleMania tonight, I will hit you guys with another video going over night 2. Enjoy, and I will see you guys then.